Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. My name is Sister Fatima Hodge. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Brother David Hodge. Welcome.
Today we are going to focus on the bloodline, sisters and brothers, identifying the seed. That is going to be our main focus for today's video, and we're also going to touch on the outcome of the war that you all see that's taking place right now over in West Israel with Iran, sisters and brothers. So first we're going to start off with our conversation about the seed. Now, sisters and brothers, it is a scientific, biological fact that the father, in fact, carries seed, right? So that means that you are, in fact, who your father is. Meaning you are the seed of your father. Excuse me, sisters and brothers. Here's a chart explaining that, the demonology chart. So this is identifying that you are the seed of your father. The bloodline is, you get your bloodline from your father. So the black man and woman were brought here, and the attempt as the black man and woman of America was brought here to America, and they attempted to commit the act of genocide on our nation, meaning to wipe our nation out of existence.
Right.
That's what genocide is, right? And what they did was, the tactic to commit genocide is to wipe out the men, because the men is what controls that bloodline, that seed, right? So wipe out the men. If I wanted to, right, that's exactly what they do. They come, wipe out the men, impregnate the woman, produce their children, right? So now that seed is no longer, right? Because there are no more males to produce that original seed, right? Or that seed. That's how you commit genocide. And that's exactly what they attempted to do and still are attempting to do with our nation. Sisters and brothers, eliminate the seed. Sisters and brothers are trying to get rid of our nation. And that is the main thing you should do. To get rid of a nation, you should get rid of the men, because they are the ones who has the seed, the bloodline.
Right.
So not only is this, the act of genocide, this is also what the scriptures tell us that they would do as well. In Exodus, they killed all the male babies, right? They were instructed, right, to get rid of all the male babies, right, and get rid of them, right, and
spare the women.
Spare the women,
right.
But that's because they're going to produce with their women and make sure their seed thrives, right? That was the reason for that.
Right, exactly. Right. Killing us is a guaranteed plan that they escape judgment. That's a part of that as well. We are their judgment. So, like the sister explained, to get rid of a people, you eliminate the males, because in fact, as she explained, the father carries the seed. So it's just like if you plant an apple seed, you're not going to get an orange. You get an apple. You see? So you are what your father is. And that's exactly what they try to do. They try to rape us out of existence. But thanks to the black woman, she's the reason why we're still here. Because she risked her life to make sure that she produced our seed. Because a lot of people don't they don't understand that we weren't made. We weren't given. We didn't have permission, or we didn't have the rights to be with each other. So it was against master's orders to be sleeping with each other because. Go ahead. You got it.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me. So, like you shared, yes. Go ahead and finish your sentence, man.
Right, I was just saying that if they prevented us from being with each other, and we didn't have rights to sleeping with our sisters. Master took over, and that's what he did. Mm-hmm. And that was part of their plan to separate us from our wives, our children, and enslave and afflict us in such a way, and try to eliminate our nation. And they were almost successful. But as I explained, if it wasn't for the heart of the sister stepped in and she did what was required to save our nation. It wasn't from no spooky spiritual Jesus Christ that they claim that we had faith in Jesus. No. That's what they programmed us when we got here with. They stripped us of all our knowledge. They stripped us of all our knowledge. They took our names, our culture, our religion, and they gave us Christianity. They beat that into us, brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. So it was indeed the black woman who saved our nation. You see, nothing else. Because if they was to have it the way Master intended it, we'll be completely wiped out, and mm-hmm. our nation be demons, which is, as she explained, that's their children, and that was their tactic to sneak their way into heaven.
Mm-hmm. So. Yes, sir. Their demon children were produced from the rape of the black woman. And like you shared, the black woman is the reason why our nation is still here today. Because she has to produce the seed. She has to carry the seed. Excuse me, Sister Brothers. So without the woman carrying the seed, then, you won't have that, right? So you won't have that child, right? So it shows today that we're still here that the black woman did her job, because like you shared, they stopped that we couldn't mate with our own people. That was all it was rules and regulations, sisters and brothers. You couldn't have relationships, right, be happy, a family, all these things that they paint these pictures of that shows our experience is a bunch of lies. Right. Sisters and brothers, none of that was going on. Yes, they're not going to tell you the truth, mm-hmm. because if they tell you the truth, then they'll be exposing themselves. Right. So none of those things were allowed, sisters and brothers. We would get killed if we were to be caught doing anything with each other. Right. Exactly. Or just pregnant with Master's baby. They'll cut the baby out of you, right? Cut the baby out of you while you're alive, mm-hmm. and stump the baby. Right. This is the things that they've done. This is the things that they did to our nation to make, excuse me, sister and brother, to make sure that our nation would be eliminated. This is what they did, sisters and brothers. So, as Brother David expressed, that, you have an apple, and an apple seed is what produces an apple, right? So you have many color. Apple will never produce an orange, right? So that means if you are the seed of an apple, that's what you are. That's who you are. You have many colors of apples, right? Many type, but they're all apples. So you have to understand that the skin tone is something that does not qualify you as being original or as being a Caucasian. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is. It's actually your nature within you. Are you an apple, right? So regardless of are you a yellow apple, a green apple, a red apple, you're still an apple, right? So we have to understand that, the darkest man could be a devil, and the lightest man can be an original man. So we have to understand that the skin tone doesn't matter. It's about the nature of one. And we have to understand that the plan for our enemies to wipe us out. And in the midst of this, they produce their children. Sisters and brothers, this is, like I said, you're committing genocide. This is what they did. They committed genocide on our nation. In order to commit genocide, you have to rape the women, get rid of the men, right? And that's exactly what they did. They raped our woman. So that means we produce who? We produce what? That means we produce their seed, their children. They look like us, they talk like us, but they are not us, sisters and brothers. They look like us because of the black woman. The black woman is the one who carried this seed, right? This is the seed that was forced into us, made us carry this their seed, and we produce them, which is why they resemble the black community. Sisters and brothers, they look like us. They talk like us, but they're not us. They are, in fact, Massa's children, the seed of a devil. Sisters and brothers, they were house Negroes, as you all know it, as house Negroes. These Negroes were not in the house just because Massa liked them better. No, they were in the house because they were Massa's children. In fact, Massa's children. And in order to identify them, they put them in the house. Why? Because they look like me and you, but they do not act like us. They think and act just like their weak and wicked devil fathers. Sisters and brothers, the action, the nature of one will show you exactly who they truly are. And they obeyed Master. They did everything Master told them to do. They were also involved with afflicting the original nation. They made sure they were also the ones out whipping us. Right. They were also the ones raping us, doing all these things, sisters and brothers, not just our open enemies. They had their children doing it as well. Mm-hmm. Their black face children. So you wonder why this Negro was helping Master so much, right. Was able to do things, have privileges that you didn't have clothes on their back, have shoes on their feet that you didn't have. Mm. Why, what's so special about them? Because they were Master's children. Sisters and brothers, this is their demon children from the rape of the black woman. Now they use these demons to corrupt our nation, camouflage in with our nation. So we look up to these people that look like us and create an image as if they are doing for the black man and woman of America. But honestly, they're not, because they're doing for their children, not for us, sisters and brothers. So we have to understand that this was the tactic to deceive us in operating on their mind, with their mindset, right? Right. Doing the things that they do, right? Mm-hmm. Because we're looking up to their children, right? Right. Oh, she made it, I can make it, right? She's rich, I can be rich. Right. She has this Maserati, I can get a Maserati. I can, all these things that their demon children are achieving is because this is their reality. Right. This reality is tethered to their mind, because as I shared, they are in fact just like their fathers. They just look like me and you. Right. So that means they achieve the same achievements as their fathers achieve, which is this reality. Sisters and brothers, you have rich black people, you have blacks who are successful, you have black people who are who's gone to college. All these things that they have set up for this reality to thrive, they're thriving in, but we're not. And we're in the background trying our hardest to achieve what they're achieving. And it's a failed mission every time. Right. Because this is, in fact, a reality that's against us. And if we are achieving it, we're killing ourselves in the process. Right. And we don't realize it, because we're pushing a reality that's totally against us, sisters and brothers. And automatically, it's going to force you to go against yourself and hurt and harm yourself, sisters and brothers, in the midst of doing so, because you are looking up to their demon children, who they have put for the black man and woman's example, because we don't have anybody else to look at as an example, because they make sure that they keep their demon children at the forefronts of our vision. of their vision, sisters and brothers, which is the American dream,
Exactly.
the demon vision.
Right. And they would be, excuse me, brothers and sisters, they would be the best ones to do it. Not only uh, because of the fact that they have the same mind as their fathers. So that means they have the same intentions. Maybe it might be a little different, you know what I'm saying? But it's still equal in the agenda, which is to destroy the black man and woman of America. Mm-hmm. They don't hesitate to destroy you. You get it? I think it was like they promote things that they don't even do just to destroy you. They'll tell you not to have a family, but have a family. They'll tell you to cheat on their spouse, cheat on your spouse, but they're not cheating on their spouse. They tell you not to have kids, but they have children. You know, that type of stuff. They'll tell you to go commit crimes, but they don't even commit crimes or don't drink, smoke, some certain things because they know it takes a level of discipline to maintain their wealth and to stay in power like they do. So, yes, the best example would be the demons for our destruction because they do exactly what Massa will want them to do perfectly without. It's not like they have a heads up on, like they don't have to be told. It's in their blood, you know. So right. You know, they don't have to force them to do these things. They do it naturally. They do it automatically.
Right. Nothing that they're being told to make sure that you tell these Negroes to do this. No, this is just natural. This is who they are. Exactly. They're naturally against us.
Exactly.
Period. Their nature is against us. Right. So they're automatically going to be against you.
Exactly. Period. So that means that they're cancerous to our nation.
Exactly. You see? They're cancer cells. And cancer cells resembles the other cells, right? This is why I share they look like us, sisters and brothers. They talk like us, but they're not us. And cancer cells resembles the healthy cells. And eventually the cancer cells corrupts the body. Right. Because you cannot detect them.
Right.
Because they look like the other cells. So they end up destroying that body, killing that body. Right. And that's exactly what they are doing to our nation, killing our nation, corrupting our nation. We can't see them.
Detect them, right.
Because they are what? Our hidden enemies.
Yeah, exactly. That's dangerous. It's very dangerous, you see, because...
Right. That's another tactic why Master May created them too, because we can't see them.
Right.
Coming, but we can see them coming.
Yeah, you see the devil.
Right.
You know exactly who he is. You see him in plain sight. Bam. There he is. Can't miss him. But you miss them demons every time because it's based off of, right, like I said, it's the skin tone. So you never think in your mind that these people aren't your people.
You know? Plus the black woman, we have them.
Right.
So automatically we're having demon children. You know what I'm saying? So automatically we have a heart, a love, just automatically because we produce these children.
Right.
Unknowingly, you know what I'm saying? We didn't during our during that time of our servitude. Yes, we did. You know that we were being raped.
Right in the beginning. Right.
You know, in the beginning.
Stripped us of all knowledge.
Right. I'm saying like right now, today, our people don't know that.
They don't know
going on.
Right.
So yes, they have a love for these children that are against them. They don't even realize that. I just had mass. I just produced a demon child. Because you have to understand that. Like I shared, I just broke down when Brother David left that the skin tone does not matter. As long as if you're an apple, you're an apple, right? It's many color apples, but they're all apples at the end of the day, right? So you have dark men out here, and you have black women that are getting with these men that are demons.
Right.
I don't understand. They're demons, so they having demon children, and they don't realize that. They're wondering why these kids don't listen. All right, their mind is totally opposite from hers. Yeah. The way that they operate, the way that they do things is wicked. Weak and wicked, just like their devil fathers. You gotta understand that we're raising demons and devils. You know what I'm saying? We're not devils, but we're raising demons. And we don't realize it, but you feel it because these children are, you don't feel it, but you feel the disconnection when it comes to the mind, sisters and brothers. You see that, period. When if you have I'm sure you will notice that once you understand this knowledge, you will start to see, the actions of their nature, right? Exactly. So our women are still right now producing their seed. So we have, like he shared, they're the ones that we don't see coming because they're our family members.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally our children.
Right.
So we don't see them coming, but we see Massa. But that was one of their tactics to have. That's why they're our hidden enemy, wolves in sheep's clothing. Mm-hmm. They're wolves,
right?
But they in our clothing, they look like us. So they're killing us, but we don't realize it.
Right. We don't realize it at all. And the thing is, our people are. It's not easy to accept this information because you don't want to be a part of, because that's the programming to love your people, love all Black people. We all need to come together, work together to accomplish, better things for Blacks. So if I'm telling you these things, they're gonna say that I hate Black people. Oh, you don't love Black people because I'm trying to tell you about demons. So it makes it hard for the information to get to you because they make it seem as if we're all just one. And we all have some part of devil in you, right? That's what they try to say, that we all been messed around with. The bloodline has been all mixed up, but we know that it has not been all mixed up. It's not what they say. That's part of the confusion, and that's the demons. They're trying to tell you that we all mixed up. We all just one race. We all just that. We need to move past these things. See, and that's their attitude.
Right. That's the attitude of a demon.
Right. They want to move forward. They want to move on. Let's move past that. Let's take accountability. Let's take responsibility. Let's stop blaming these devils. You see?
Blame yourself. You have to start looking at what's inside of you.
Right.
Looking at, start healing the inner you, the inner devil in you. This is how they're talking.
Right.
And because they don't want to face who the true devils are.
Right.
And who the true demons are. They don't want to face that, so they're telling you, it's in you. It's the devil inside of you. Everyone has the devil. They're just they're taking what the truth is and telling you that, well, not the truth, because they don't even know. The thing is that they're telling you that these things are spooks and spirits at this point, sisters and brothers, or attitude, or the way that you're acting. That's a devil. That's a devil. This is the devil, or this is why you're acting like a demon. A demon is inside of you, or exactly. And they do that on purpose because they don't want you to. At the end of the day, they don't know this knowledge, but at the same time, this is who they don't want you. Period. By nature, they're showing. They're not trying. They don't want you to recognize who they are.
Exactly. It's just like how
it's their nature.
It's like how this reality is against us. What we're telling you is against them. Mm-hmm. So they're naturally against it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. They're naturally against this message because it's against them. It's talking about them. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they're the ones that's telling you that you've already been here.
Right.
You already been. Slavery never happened. We were already here.
Right.
This is their conversation as well. This is another conversation that you see from a devil or demons. Sisters and brothers, we were already here. Nothing ever happened to you guys, or that slavery never happened, y'all. That's a terrible. Which is that. Go ahead.
I was saying, if you pay attention to how they talk and what they're saying, their tactic and their mindset is to defend Massa. Because all these things exempt him.
Exactly. All this is defending him. Because at the end of the day, for a person to say that the Black man and woman's history never took place should show you that alone, that statement alone should show you that they're totally against their own people, totally against Black people.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's an actual fact.
Exactly.
That the Black man and woman of America were brought here in 1555, stripped of all knowledge, enslaved, starting in 1619, sisters and brothers. This is an actual fact. These are actual facts.
Mm-hmm.
That can be proven. And so anybody with that mind, or with the mind of the devil's in you just got to heal what's in you, start working on self and what's in you, not focusing on the devil and outside of you, focus on the devil in you. What? Sisters and brothers, that's another devil. That's another sign of a master's children.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, if it was told to you that this is who the devil is, and all the actions and proof is right there in the pudding, and you said, and you replied as that and say that shows that you're trying to defend him. Because at the end of the day, you should be angry.
Right.
You should. First of all, that should resonate with you because of the wicked history that they have.
Right.
And how wicked they are right now. First of all, you can't even get a job if you ain't. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get certain jobs. You ain't even getting paid. You can barely pay your bills because of massa that you're defending, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that truth does not resonate with your mind, that alone exposes exactly who you are.
Right.
Because period, the black man and woman experience the most terrible experience on the planet.
Right.
So for anybody to say that, we just got to move forward and start dealing and start working on ourselves and not condemning. That's people who don't want to see the truth.
Right.
Period. And also, like I shared, the demons who automatically are against it. Period.
Right.
So that's their response.
And
regardless,
like they'll be exposing themselves because if they point their finger at their devil daddy, that means they are the product of that. So they are exactly who their father is: rapists, murderers, killers, stealers, destroyers, sick, twisted, pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So when you saying this, we
automatically offending their ego, offending who they are.
They're processing that information.
Right.
That's me.
Right.
You see? Now that natural defense is to dismantle everything you're saying.
Yeah.
To redefine everything you're saying to protect their father and themselves. Mm-hmm. You see? Because now if a person has to process that and digest that, now you have to constantly keep contemplating that you're evil, you're wicked, you're sick, and you have to understand. Original people, it says that, right, the devil, they had no fear before their eyes, right? Well, the demons, they're a little different because they have that. They have what we have, fear of consequence. So they have a little bit of that in them.
Because they have that black mother.
Exactly. So that means that wears them to death. You see, they're constantly contemplating that, thinking that they're wicked, evil, sick. They got to make themselves, they have to do affirmations and tell themselves they're good people. They got to motivate themselves because they got that little piece of them that's guilty. They feel guilty. You see? And that's why they hate being black. They hate this. It's a curse.
They hate this skin, sisters and brothers. And that's another sign you can identify a demon. They're bleaching their skin, sisters and brothers. You have clear as day, Michael Jackson was a black-skinned man. Before he started his career, he was a black-skinned man and had the hair as a black man as well. And by the end of his career, he was a white man with straight hair. What is going on, sisters and brothers? That's because he hated that black skin, and he hated his hair. He hated who he was. He hated that black skin. He hated being a demon, right? He wanted to look just like Massa, and that's exactly what he left here looking like. Massa, sisters and brothers, because that's his true nature. That was his true nature. This is why they're doing these things. This is why they're getting butt lifts, their breasts done, mouths done, teeth done. I mean, sisters, brothers, I wouldn't say that's another situation. It's hygiene, but I'm saying they're the ones that's getting all these surgeries done to their bodies, all these things that, you know, that they have to go under the knife for. Sisters and brothers,
stuff is uncalled for. Exactly. It wasn't even necessary.
Exactly.
It didn't make sense.
All to change their noses pointier. They don't like these big noses that the black men have. You know, they trying to fix certain features on their bodies to make them look like a Caucasian. And that's because that's their nature. Sisters and brothers, they're bleaching their skin. All these sisters getting lighter and lighter and lighter because they hate that black skin. That's another sign of Massa's seed. Sisters and brothers, because they hate the black man and woman just like their fathers. Just like their fathers. Which is why they are those who they make sure that we're looking up to. So they're the ones that's the comedians. They're the ones that's the movie stars. They're the ones they write entertainers, exactly. Rappers, singers. All these people are their children.
They're on the mainstream platform.
Exactly, because they are against the black man and woman. So any music that they come up with, anything that they're putting out, it's automatically going to be against your nature because it's being put out by who? A demon, someone who's against you. So this is another tactic that they use to control our minds, and they're the ones in control of every sisters and brothers. They have their demon children on every platform you can think of, running 24/7 live, 24/7 live, making sure that they're corrupting your minds 24/7 around the clock. TV, music, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, you got it all, sisters and brothers, 24/7 live around the clock. They have their demon children working, making sure that you are deceived, sisters and brothers. And who's in charge of them? Who's in charge of that whole agenda?
Satan.
The synagogue of Satan. Satan. Who is Satan? I think false Israel is Satan, sisters and brothers.
Right.
The scriptures exposes them as being liars. They claim to be who?
Jews.
They claim to be, exactly. And they also claim to be the God's people.
Right.
Sisters and brothers. So the scriptures identify them as what? Satan, as Brother David shared.
The ones who claim to be Jews, they Satan.
Exactly.
The ones who have synagogues of Satan, telling exactly who they are. Says Satan would masquerade as an angel of light. Exactly what she explained, trying to steal the original, the black men and women's identity. You see?
And they have, sisters and brothers, which is identified in chapter 2 and 3 in Revelations, verse 9. You can see that it exposes exactly who they are.
Right.
They're not God's people.
Exactly.
They don't meet the description of God's people.
Right.
And that time hasn't even came yet, sisters and brothers, where God's people are back in their land. Right?
That's too early.
That's
a red flag.
Alone should be a red flag. On top of that, they're not even in the land that it said that we would be in. It said that we would be in Arabia, not in Palestine.
Right.
Sisters and brothers.
What's that about?
So that alone should tell you that they're not who they claim to be. Period. But on top of that, what's going on over there right now?
War.
They're at war. Does that sound like peace?
Right.
The scripture said once the original nation, my people, are put back in their land, they'll be at peace.
Exactly.
Right?
So they go home in peace.
Right. Peace happening over there, sisters and brothers. And also share that they won't be uprooted.
Right.
But the scriptures identifies that they're going to be destroyed.
Right. That's an abomination. That's not supposed to happen. Like she said. God said they're not to be uprooted or removed. So if that happens, then who the hell were they? You see?
And that's exactly what's about to take place. Sisters and brothers, the shock of the hour.
Right. And that's terrible because the world is structured around the idea that they are God's people.
Everybody thinks that they are God's people.
Right.
Literally. So everybody thinks that they're blessing God's people.
Man.
Right? That's the narrative of this whole.
That's right.
This whole reality. Right. People, they are God's chosen. False Israel.
Right.
So when they are taken out, and now the scriptures is not, what it said in the scriptures is not happening, right?
Right.
That's gonna expose them, sisters and brothers, for who they truly are, which is Satan. Right. And the whole planet is going to see this. And they're going to panic, sisters and brothers. Why are they going to panic, though?
They're going to panic because they realize
who is God's people? Right. That's the next question. Right. So who is God's people? Then they're not God's people. So who in the world is God's people? But it won't really be a question like that because at the end of the day,
they already know
who had the
second claim.
The second claim. Right. First of all, because at the end of the day, Elijah Muhammad, they came and is what I'm trying to say.
They
came and countered our claim, right? And put them people there after that was Elijah Muhammad came, right? And told us that. So it wasn't a second claim. We had the, you know what I'm saying? We claimed, you know what I'm saying?
Right, we had the first claim. Put us in the second position.
Right.
Of the claim.
Period. And they came and did that because we claimed it, sisters and brothers. So stop that. So at the end of the day, we are the true seed of Abraham. Now that's exposed that we are actually God's people. And they thinking they've been blessing them, but they've been cursing God's people. Right. And it said those who curse me will be cursed. Those who curse my people will be cursed for life. Sisters and brothers, right?
Yes, it curse those who curse God's people. You see?
So it said that once they touch that tree, right? It said don't eat from that tree. It told them not to touch that tree, sisters and brothers.
Don't harm it. Don't devour it. Don't consume it. You see?
But it said that we were enslaved and afflicted. So that exposes in Genesis chapter 15, verse 13, that we were in fact touched. That tree, in fact, was tampered with, right?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
That means that what? They're going to be cursed, sisters and brothers.
And it says you surely die. That was a promise.
Surely. So, sisters and brothers, that's exactly what they're about to experience. Because the whole planet is about to find out that the black man and woman are the true seed of Abraham. They've been cursing God's people. Sisters and brothers, the shock of the hour. We got to get rid. It is the time. I'm about to go to it. I done committed a crime. It's time for me to go to, to the judge. And they're about to judge what I've done, right? So I got a week or two to get rid of the evidence real quick before my judgment date. My judgment date said 2 weeks from now. So let me make sure I go out here and get rid of the evidence before judgment day, right? Because before the day about, let me get rid of the evidence. That's the point I'm trying to make to you all. They try to get, that's why I said, exactly. They're guilty of this crime.
I'll make sure that I'm not.
Exactly. I'm trying to think, put you all in the minds of a criminal, right? That's what they would do. Try to get rid of the evidence so they're not guilty, right?
Exactly.
And that's exactly what they're going to do, sisters and brothers. They're about to attack all blacks.
Yes, ma'am. Wow.
They're about to. They don't care if you're their children. Right. They're not about to be testing no blood.
Yeah,
they're not about to be doing any of that. They don't care if you're from Africa. If you have this black skin, you're being attacked.
That's all the proof they need. God damn it.
That's all they need. Period. You're being attacked. Period. Because they have to get rid of this evidence, sisters and brothers. And they've been trying to get rid of the evidence for 400 since we got here. Sisters and brothers, they're trying to get rid of us.
Right.
But it hasn't been successful.
Exactly.
So they're at the point of racing the clock right now.
Right.
Because right now, you see false Israel at war.
Right.
So that means if they was to go, that's why they have to understand the background of all this, because they know, because that's why you got to understand that they're trying to get rid of us as we speak. Because if this war is going, you know what I'm saying? This war is happening, yeah, they lying to you, telling you that they're winning all these things. Yeah, we're conquering. No, they're not, sisters and brothers. They're losing this war, and it's exactly the war that the scriptures speak about with Michael and his angels, and the dragon and his angels, and it's all the opponents are here.
Yes,
Iran and Syria, Michael, which represents Master Fraud Muhammad and his angels. Iran and Syria. Then you have the House of Dragon, the House of Side, the Dragon and his angels, the House of Side, America, Britain, false Israel, sisters and brothers. So all the opponents are here, right? That the scriptures identify, right?
Right.
So that means that we're living out the scriptures, right?
Right. They don't teach you that.
It's another thing. That's a roadblock. You thinking this stuff is ancient.
Right.
Ancient Babylon. Ancient this.
Modern day.
Modern day. Right. No, sisters and brothers, you're living out the scriptures because the scriptures is our guidance for the time. Mm-hmm. Every time every period you have a guidance, right? You have to get a new knowledge and some not right for that period of time to be successful in it. Mm-hmm. And the Bible was given to us for this time. So, sisters and brothers, we're living out the scriptures. The scriptures is our guidance, sisters and brothers. And right now, we're living out the last book of that Bible, right? Which is Revelations, which is, in fact, sisters and brothers, our map to get out of here. Man. The Injil is the unsealed scriptures. That is our map to escape this reality. That's your mind, sisters and brothers. It's a mind that you need right now. Injil is the mind that you need right now to escape this reality. Right. This is the last book of the Bible. This is the last book that's going to guide you out of here. Mm-hmm. This is the knowledge that you need. This book, the Injil, Revelations, is what you need to get out of here, sisters and brothers. This is the guidance. This is the sheet. This is the instructions. Yeah. The Injil is the instructions that you need to get out of this hell before all these events that it reveals would happen and take place, right? Mm-hmm. Because all these, we're here, right? Right. We're here with these devils. Right. And it tells you that America gonna be destroyed. Right. Los Angeles gonna be destroyed. That's right. What in the world? Damn. So that means that, okay, so where on this map does it tell me where I gotta go? Mm-hmm. What I need to do. What do I need to do? Right?
Right. And it's a roadmap to your enemy's destruction.
Exactly. So this is also telling you what's going to happen to your enemies.
How it's going to work out.
And how it's going to take place. So you have to know that knowledge. Mm-hmm. So because we are the reason why they're going to be destroyed. Right. We're the, you have to, because it said we're going to rise as a mighty nation. Right. And if we're living out the scriptures, that means that hasn't happened yet. Exactly. Right? Yes, so that means that that's in the plans as well. As you see here, right here, we're giving you this light. That means that nation is in progress, that rise of that mighty nation, because we got to do that. We got to do it. We got to rise. We have to do it. That means that we did it. Because the scripture said that we rose as a mighty nation in a twinkling of an eye, sisters and brothers. In a twinkling of an eye, we rose as a mighty nation. That means that our nation, that means that we are in the works of rising right now, right? If the scripture said that, if we're living the scriptures out, right? Because it said we will rise as a mighty nation once that event takes place. In a twinkling of an eye. When that event takes place, right? So that means that, like I said, they're preparing for your destruction, and we're preparing to rise as that mighty nation, right? Because nothing just happens. Sisters and brothers, nothing just happens, but it surely tells you what's going to happen. And that alone should motivate you to get this light, to receive this light that you need during the darkness, sisters and brothers, and be another light for your people. To save as many of our people as possible, because it said our people will perish for the lack of knowledge.
Right. Lack of knowledge of what?
Of the Injil, of who we truly are. Of their enemies, sisters and brothers. So, unless you want to elaborate.
No, I was just saying, because, people utilize scripture for their own benefit and say things of that nature, but they don't really know what the hell they're talking about. It was talking about exactly what the sister shared. It was talking about the information for this time, the guidance for this time, which is the Injil. They had a knowledge of the truth. Of all the events that's about to take place, things that's about to happen before it happened.
Exactly. Because certain things that are exposed through the Injil are going to, are happening, right? And you need to, and some of the things you need to know about before it happens. Right. Because if you don't, that's going to be your life.
Right. Prime example is the attack on us. When American Britain is kicked out. When they kicked out of the Middle East before it falls to destruction, they coming to get you, like the sister shared.
Flee. You said flee. Sister and brothers, you're going to have to flee. What does that mean? You have to get out of here. Right. That's urgent. And you can't turn back to go get your children. Wow. So that's just showing you the severity of the time that is about to approach us. That's how serious it is, and that's how serious these devils are. Because you're about to see these devils in full action. We've never seen this, sisters and brothers. We've never seen this. But this has to be seen by us. Because, excuse me, sisters and brothers, because experience is the best teacher, sisters and brothers. And you're going to see these devils in full nature, beast, sisters and brothers.
Wow.
Oh, you're not going to have nothing to do with these people, sisters and brothers. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take that shot. It's going to take that.
And give you that motivation to invest in yourself.
A great shaking.
And prepare you to escape.
A great shaking. Going to take a great shaking because our people think that they're okay. Our people think that they're, can hold hands with these people. Tell your business to these people. Hang out with these people. Sleep with these people. Marry these people. This is what you all think is okay, but it's not. Sisters and brothers, and that's going to be exposed. Sisters and brothers, their true nature is going to be exposed. Which is why, I forgot the point I was about to make after there. Oh my goodness. Sisters and brothers. The point I was making is that their true nature of the devil we have not experienced. We have not seen.
Right.
And experience is the best teacher.
Exactly.
So once you wake up from this dream, you're going to find out you're in a nightmare. You're going to be surrounded by devils and demons that hate you. Right. And that want you to be destroyed, sisters and brothers. You're going to realize that. That's why I said we're going to wake up as a mighty nation, because you're going to see these devils as they truly are. And that's going to, sisters and brothers, you got to understand, it takes fire to hit us in order to move you, right? And that's that fire it's going to take.
Right. Their attack is going to ignite our unity.
Exactly. When you're adrenaline rushing in through you, and something happens, you got to get out of here. That's exactly how serious it's going to be. You're going to reality, real life.
Right.
You can't be worried about how a person tells you to get over here. Get your ass over here. You're worried about how I said it, or you're going to die, right?
Right.
Because you're focused on how I said it. So you got attitude with it because of how I told you to get over here. Because something's about to happen to you. Right. That's what you should be focused on during this time of war.
Right. That's like you said. It's a bear behind you. No. Okay.
Or it's a damn bear behind you. Why are you cussing? Get over here. You are already dead at that point.
Right.
Because you started questioning. Why am I? The bear got you. Right. Okay, let me keep going because this that's how serious this time is going to be. Because people are going. You got to understand that emotional part of you that has to be eliminated, right? Especially during this time, because you can't be worried about that. You have to get out of here, sisters and brothers. That's how deep it's going to be. You got to get the hell out of there. So this is why it's important for our people to get this light, because we're approaching extreme darkness, sisters and brothers. It is going to be an economic collapse here in America. Right. The fall of America. Sisters and brothers, it said a total economic collapse, right? Babylon falls, right? Am I spelling that right?
Yeah.
Yes, the fall of Babylon. I want to make sure. Babylon, because it's going to be a total economic collapse here. America's never experienced that, sisters and brothers. Right. We've never experienced that. We watch that on movies and stuff. Right. You see it in some other countries or some, and that's all we got an idea of when it comes to that, period. Because America's never experienced it. And that's their lifeline. Their blood is the oil, the fuel that they need, that they will be cut off from when this event happens. Right. Oh, sisters and brothers, they need oil to fuel their military. Isn't it what's going on right now? War. Right. So if you don't have that oil, then how are you going to fight a war, sisters and brothers? Right. And they need that to fuel
operate their machinery.
Right. To everything you need oil for, sisters and brothers. Everything that they have this coming because it's the Industrial Revolution. This is what we did. We gave them oil to thrive. Their reality, right? So they don't have that. That means that blood is no longer pumping. And that means there's no more TV to watch. There's no more internet. There's no more heat. There's no more food. There's no more water. Oh no. But they're the ones that's keeping us down, right? Like I shared, that's what's controlling us. The internet, TV,
Right.
having to go to work, all these things. This is what's keeping our nation down.
Right.
So once all of that's cut off,
Man.
that gives time for the black man and woman to come together. Oh my goodness.
No more
Start to think for self. Oh no, that's where we gotta get rid of them. Sisters and brothers, there's no more distractions during that time though. So that's why that's gonna be the time when we are coming together. But you have to understand that everyone's going to be united during that time.
Right.
So you have to be in the right body, sisters and brothers.
Man.
So if this message aligns with you, you understand, and you feel that this is who you truly are and that you're a part of this body, then join us by all means, because our people need this knowledge and we have to give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
And the more, the merrier, sisters and brothers. Once we come together and we're all in one vision, one mind, one body, they will not be able to defeat us because we are now that high pressure, that higher pressure.
Right.
So as I shared, this is something that this message aligns with you. And this is something that you're interested in and you feel like you're a part of this body, come join us. Ask questions. Anything that you need to be asked, ask questions. The NGO, you want to learn the NGO, ask to learn. You have a question about it, ask. But this is your knowledge. This is a free gift, not a gift that we're asking you for money. They're not. That's another tactic of their demons. They're taking from you.
Right.
They're supposed to be the lights.
Say, well, the man robbed God. That's what they did.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, it's supposed to be a free gift. You see, leads you to the right direction. If I say I care about you, but then in the same breath I'm trying to charge you for the information that's going to save your life, and how much do I love you?
Hey,
how much do I care about you?
Where do I need to go to get out of here?
I'm hindering you.
You got to pay me $10 to tell you. Oh! Think about that. And they supposed to be the lights for you, but they like, you gotta give me $10. That's basically what's going on.
You gotta give me some money.
To keep me giving you this information I need. Sisters and brothers, if this is information for you, your information, why are they charging you for it?
Right, it should be free.
This is a free gift, sisters and brothers. We're not asking you for a dime.
Right.
All we asking you is to get your mind back.
Boy.
It's to go read the scripture, to see, to prove, check what we're telling you.
Yeah.
Check what we're telling you. Sisters and brothers, check what we're telling you, because that's what we want you to research for yourself.
Right.
Find out for yourself. So you know for yourself.
That's the experience. Yeah.
Exactly. And not just listening because we told you this is what it is, this because they told me this and they told me this, so I agree. No, agree because this is the truth. That's why you should agree. Not because of, because he was cute or she was pretty. Yeah. So they got some stuff going on now, so I'm gonna just go with them. No, do it because this is the truth. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to upload the mind, the Injil, which is the map to get out of here, which is going to expose the events and the details about what's about to take place. And this is the mind that you need. So we encourage all of our people to study, to think for self, right? Because they want to make sure that they're doing the thinking for you. And this is all to destroying us, sisters and brothers. We don't realize it, but it is, because now we have not exercised that part of our, of ourselves, of thinking. And we haven't exercised it for 400 plus years, sisters and brothers, because that was one of their tactics, to make sure we didn't think. So they're paying our bills for us. We're on Section 8, we're on housing, we're doing all these things to, to stay afloat, and they're taking care of it, which means that you're not doing any thinking, right? The jobs they give us, flipping burgers, does that require you to think? You think you're thinking, but that's not real thinking.
Right,
Sisters and brothers, that's just what you do. You wake up, brush your teeth, you get your clothes on, you make sure you're clean, you go to your work job. This is just what you have to do to survive.
Exactly. So they have you in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
24/7. Crap. Like the sister shared with NBA, NFL, concert shows, entertainment, celebrities. It keep you drowned in this American dream. That's basically what it is. So you don't never focus or get to think for yourself. Because they're thinking about destroying your ass.
Exactly.
But that's what they're thinking about. They're focused, you see, and they never want you to focus on rising up, knowing who you are, getting that thorough knowledge of self, getting that understanding of who you are and what and where we're going, and removing their mind, which is totally bad for you, and receiving your mind, which is the right way, which is the superior mind at this time.
Exactly.
Like you said, the highest pressure, which eliminates low pressure, which that's who they are, low pressure.
Right now, they want to keep us under them because they know that, right? Mm-hmm. Which is why they keep us on the level of their thinking, sisters and brothers. Yeah. Keep our nation in a position where we have to, do certain things to survive. Right. And last time I checked, we qualified for all these jobs, right? Mm-hmm. That they gave to other nations, right? Mm-hmm. Why'd they do that though?
Keep you powerless.
They couldn't keep you. They couldn't have you powerful.
Keep you from thinking.
What?
Keep you from rising above them.
Exactly. Like I said, they got to keep us under them. So that they had to give away them jobs we qualified for. Right. On top of giving, and so they gave us jobs that they gave us the jobs that you didn't need to think on top, and on top of making us a consumer. Mm-hmm. That's what they put us in the category of. Now we're consumers. We're not producing. Right. All we do is consume.
Right. They hate you so much that they gave their enemies. They turned their enemies into superpowers by giving them those jobs, just to make sure
they're destroying themselves. They don't even realize what they're doing. But all of the things that they've done, it all is backfiring. So brothers on them severely.
That's deep though when you think about it. Like they hate you that much, they gave their enemies power. Before they give it to you.
Sisters and brothers. That's how much power. That's how powerful you are.
Right. Because you think about it, right? That's why. Because no one's more powerful than you. Mm-hmm. You say no one's wrath was like the gods, and that's what you are. You are the gods, brothers and sisters. You have to find out in a minute, which they don't want you to find out.
And I was about to say something. I'm sorry. It's okay. The fact that I forgot.
Well, I remember the direction I
forgot.
That's my fault.
It's okay. But the point is that I do remember. So that's another thing, before we end this conversation. Where did all the innovations come out of? Okay. America. But when the black man and woman arrived, right?
The moment it happened, as soon as they got here.
No other innovations came out of anywhere else.
Right.
But America.
Exactly.
Because they have the blueprint here, sisters and brothers, and we are that blueprint. We are that mind.
Right.
Sisters and brothers, before they brought us here, they were riding horse and buggy, right?
1,500 years straight.
Period.
Then once we got here, 1555.
Now you got industrial revolution, right? All of a sudden.
The machine. It's the industrial revolution.
Right. Am I saying that right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We was bringing it to them. Yes, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have knowledge of anything. We taught them everything they know. Mm-hmm. We was inventing
satellites, planes, cars came from the minds of the black man and woman.
Right.
And what they create, padding. Padding this and padding that, because they wanted to put all their names on things that we did, sisters and brothers. But we are the mind, sisters and brothers, and without that mind, they're nothing. Exactly. Nothing. Which is why they need us. Which is why we're still here today. Mm-hmm. They're thriving from us, sisters and brothers. But once we take our minds back from them, they are dead. they're destroyed. Period. Because that's the power. That's how they have power, because of us. By controlling us and taking our mind from us, that's that power. Because why? They're using our energy and they're using our energy, converting it into what they want, right? Which is oil, sisters and brothers. They need it. And we are working 24/7 around the clock in a economy that says maximum profit, minimum overhead. You're not getting what you're worth, sisters and brothers. You're not getting what you're worth at these jobs.
Minimum scraps.
Because they're using your energy to fuel their reality, sisters and brothers. They're in control of it. Mm-hmm. They're in control of what you can do and what you can't do.
Right.
They're in control of your pay. Mm-hmm. They're in control of how much you get, what your sisters and brothers. So we have to understand that once we take that back, right, and understand our true selves and get our knowledge, get knowledge back of self and take our minds back, they have no power, sisters and brothers. And that is soon to take place. That's why they're going to make sure you never rise, never wake up.
Right. That's their fall. That's their end.
That's their end.
That's their judgment.
Yes, sisters and brothers, that is the end of our enemies, sisters and brothers. So, I hope you all have been enlightened with We Reflect the Light with Sister Fatima and Brother David. And we will be back with more. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.